Mr. Transporter, what have we here?
Well, I don't know what uncle. You tell me.
Well, it's not a Porsche, that's for damn
Wixie,
sure.
come on, not everything has to be about that one make from Stuttgart. I mean, there are two there anyway.
You're not gonna help me out here, Max?
Nah, I'm sitting this one out. They can have at it.
All right. I was just yanking all of the chains on here. We know what this is, right? It's Gran Turismo 4. Before I arrived for my radio gig in Paradise City, this game was the talk of the gaming world. Like one of the premier games on the PlayStation 2.
Let's get it out straight away. Racing games on the PlayStation 2 were the absolute golden age of racing. We had games like Tokyo Extreme Racer, Gran Turismo, Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2 through Pro Street, Enthusia Professional Racing, Auto Modelista, Ridge Racer 5, and R Racing Evolution.
So, you're just gonna leave out my game, Burnout 3 Takedown? Heck, we even saw Burnout Revenge Outrun 2006. Ahem. The Midnight Club series!
Dude, you're a millennial and you forgot those key racers? You're slacking.
Well, that does say a lot, but anywho, ladies and gentlemen, this is Gran Turismo 4. Weren't you doing a playthrough of this game a while back? What happened?
I think Wixie is gonna have to actually be on your butt about staying consistent with your series and playthroughs, dude.
I'll torture him if I have to.
All right, I get it. I sometimes grow disinterested. I can't help it. I have the attention span of a cat.
Don't you dare diss cats. Cats are adorable.
Now we know she's a Porsche and cat lover.
Do those two things actually mix?
So I guess they do. You know what else mixes? A race car engine in a street legal car.
I can always count on Transporter to get us back on topic. Anywho, we're in GT4, and this is the NISMO 400R, right?
Correct. This is the 1996 NISMO 400R, based off the R33 Skyline GTR. The NISMO 400R was, as the name describes, an upgraded 400 horsepower version of the R33. The engine it used, which was a stroked-out version of the RB26DETT, named the RBX GT2, wasn't necessarily used for racing machines, but it was designed with racing experience in mind.
This car is absolutely legendary. Hasn't it been in every single Gran Turismo to date?
Almost. The 400R in both 1995 and 1996 variants has been in every single direct sequel GT game since the beginning, where in the first 4 games you could only win it by completing a certain objective. In this game, Gran Turismo 4, you could win it by coming first in all of the Japanese 90s challenge. After that, when GT5, GT6 and GT PSP came along, you finally had the option of buying the Super Tuner for about 120,000 credits.
This car was a worthy prize machine, and when you had the option of tuning it, I remember seeing videos of it being maxed out in the first Gran Turismo and even GT4. It was practically faster than most race cars at the time.
Yep, and now it's out with the old and in with the new. This is the same car, but in Gran Turismo 7, fully detailed at long last, and yes, we have finally come full circle.
That's astonishing. And it's good that Polyphony haven't fallen into the trap that Turn 10 are currently stuck in, that they themselves once did just to increase their car roster. Instead of importing cars from older games as is, they're really giving these old machines the full detailed treatment. For example, will we ever see a NISMO 400R like this in real life?
Hardly. Nissan planned on building 100 400Rs back in '95, but before production of the R33 ended in '98, they only managed to create 44. And because the Skyline GTR's value has skyrocketed over the past recent years, you'll definitely need more than $50,000 just to own an R32. The cheapest R34 you can get will set you back about $150,000. If you happen to find a low-mileage R34 V-Spec tuner, that's roughly a $500,000 car. Then we get to the R34 Z-Tune and R33 400R. With only 44 examples out there in the world, if you happen to find a pristine 400R in a showroom somewhere, be prepared to cough up almost $2 million for it.
Wait, $2 million for a Skyline?
Never mind the Skyline. This is the most expensive Nissan ever.
Which is pretty much how expensive the car is in Gran Turismo 7 because, well, Kaz loves to incorporate every aspect of realism into every single one of his games.
Wait, if that's true, then how much is the Z-Tune worth?
That's an even rarer car. Only 19 exist in the world, so if you find one of them, be prepared to fork over $3 million or more.
$3 million?
What? What the actual
For reference, why are these Skylines so expensive?
Demand. ever since its appearance in Too Fast 2, Furious and subsequent Fast series movies, as well as video games like this and Need for Speed and others. People have been wanting to get their hands on a Skyline. And now that the US's import rules allow us to legally import an R32, R33, or more recently an R34 over to the States, their value has gone up even more.
Ultimately fascinating things. But what are we doing with this 400R in GT7 today?
Well, the fans have wanted more Gran Turismo content, so we're delivering that by giving the 400R the go it deserves. Let's see if tuning this thing will make it as fast as it was in the several previous GTs that it's been.
Really? Then you know what time it is, right, Transporter?
Oh boy, here we go again.
Yeah, ha 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 ha, we're racing. It's time I got my revenge on you and your old R33 that you tuned before.
I honestly don't think you'll be able to match this thing.
Why? How much power does it have after tuning it?
980 horsepower.
900, what?
Pretty sure he has you beat there, buddy. Hey, wait a minute. Why don't we race with you?
The more the merrier, right?
Can I jump in on this too?
But Wixie, I don't have another 90s Skyline.
Well, what do you have?
Well, I have a midnight purple R33 with a twin-turbo V8 swap for Atomica. I have my midnight purple R32 NISMO for Max, and the yellow R33 for Atomica. Now we need a car that will rival ours that I haven't touched lately, so... Oh, here we go. Wixie, take this 911 GT1 Straßenversion.
How lovely. Don't mind if I do.
I get the feeling you gave Wixie the best car here out of all of us.
Come on now. Who gave you that idea?
Hey, you said this R33 has a V8 setup instead of the old straight 6, right? What car did the V8 come from?
Oh yeah, from an 80s Nissan R9 2CP race car.
Wait, that's a Group C Group 1 racing machine. And you're telling us its engine is in Atomica's R33? So already I'm at an unfair advantage. What the actual fuck?
Can it, Striker? People are trying to drive. Besides, you're gonna do fine.
You're leaving him in the dust, aren't you?
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay, dude, these brakes are weird. I can't control this thing. How did you manage getting this thing to brake properly before?
Basic car control. Come on, you know this.
Correction. Max Verstappen knows this. Max Verstappen fans have no idea what you're talking about.
Boom! Roasted!
Can I kindly remind you guys the Transporter's out in front in his 400R while we're kind of complaining. Let's get a move on. this R33 really holds its own. It's kind of solid, not gonna lie.
Speak for yourself, man. Busy, stuck here, and last of all places.
Well, at least you had more control than Max.
Yo, shut up, man.
You know what, Atomica? I don't think you pushed that VRH-35Z engine to its limit. It's actually supposed to be better than what I've got in a sense.
So, compare and contrast, we're at the C1 now. Shall we head south and see how they truly perform with you behind the wheel?
Well, don't mind if I do.
Faster.
Yep.
So guys, what have we all learned today?
Max can't drive for shit.
Shut up, Striker! I'm still faster than you anyway.
Well, what we've learned is that Kazunori Yamauchi, crazy man that he is obsessed with detail. And him bringing back the coveted and seriously expensive NISMO 400R is a bit of a love story. Oh. And getting Forza to match this level of detail is impossible. For them...
Boom! Roasted!
Seriously? What is this? You guys all think you're so much better than me.
Oh,
Hey,
Max,
no.
that is the least fancy thing I have ever heard. And on that bombshell, we can finally end. If you loved what you saw and heard today, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to us for more. On behalf of my fellow cast and crew of drivers here, except for Max, this is Atomica, signing off for the day on Transporter FM. We'll see you next time.